Good afternoon, everyone. So sorry I'm late. My clock is slow, obviously, and so I just need to. Thought I better come on live and then get myself into gear afterwards. A bit backwards, but anyway. So, welcome to the Spiritual Wisdom Hour on Spiritual Events Directory Facebook page. I'm Victoria Cochrane, and I am a spiritual healer, psychic channel, medium and author on the northwest coast of Tassie. Hi Janelle. I've got Sarah on here, so I'm just going to tell her I'm live and talk to her later. There you go, multitasking. Hi Janelle, hi Ezra. Oh, that's beautiful, thank you. Right back at you. And so here we are, still in lockdown, facing a bit of a quiet Easter. It's not altogether bad, I guess. Apparently the weather's going to be horrible, so for any of you who are hoping to go camping, that might be some kind of comfort. Hi Shannon, great to see you. And so I'm on every Wednesday live. Because I was late, I didn't have time to put up the link to my own platform that I'm building now called, hi Annette, it's lovely to see you from New Zealand, called The Spiritual Journey with Tor's Angels. Tor is my nickname. And so please, if you'd like to be part of the private group, jump on there, and you just need to answer a couple of questions and then I'll let you in anyway. Hi from Queensland. Joan, need the rain? We had heaps of rain the last few days, so I hope we sent it up to you. Hi Crazy Rapper from the UK. Wow, isn't it great to see people jumping on from all around the world? So hi Jamie, great to see you too. So every Wednesday I don't do individual readings. I do readings for the collective, but I generally just talk about topics of interest for spiritual development that might help people to understand what's going on and how they can develop their own spiritual gifts, psychic gifts. Hi Michelle, great to see you. Hi Jeanette, hi you lovely lady. Hi Fleabee, great to see you. Wow, hi Jane. Wow, this is great. Great to see so many people jumping on. So again, I'm Victoria Cochrane. I have a website, victoriacochrane.com. Couldn't be easier. You can book readings and things through there. I am dropping my prices a bit, so you can always inbox me at my page, Reaching Out Spiritual News. And you can request to join my private platform, The Spiritual Journey with Tor's Angels. And you Google me, I'm easy to find. Hi Angie, great to see you. Lovely meditation that you did earlier. Hi Bailey, it has been a while. So I sat and did a little bit of thinking about what we might do today. I don't know if all of you would have joined in the collective 444 meditation for the world on Sunday, and that was an amazing thing that happened. If you didn't get to do it, it's still not too late, because you can kind of ask to jump onto the timeline and connect through there. Thanks Angie, that's fantastic. No, not allowed to go camping, not allowed to do anything. Hi Isela from the USA, but I'm Mexican. Wow, we're really cosmopolitan today. Yeah, so that was a really fantastic meditation, and a lot happened, but it happened differently for different people, which is the way it should be, because we all have our own gifts. So whatever you saw in the global collective meditation would have been right for you, and all makes a difference to the world. Afterwards, a couple of days later, I got onto my spiritual journey with Towards Angels page and just did a short meditation to ground, and just talked about what we should do before meditation. And I will go over that again today, if that's helpful for people. So there is a bit to talk about in terms of group healing and group meditations. Hi Annie, love to you as well, and I mean that. So there are a heap of spiritual laws, but one of them is the law of group endeavour. And so when people, like-minded people, get together and with intention send healing to the world, Debbie says she did it, then the effects are far greater. So it's always a really great thing to get together with a group and send healing. So you can imagine if then millions of people around the world are doing, we can't discount the effects on the positive effects on the earth. Some of you might know about the crystalline grid and the crystalline energy, crystalline. So the ley lines have kind of gone out, and now the crystalline grid is in effect. And people have been urged to bring in their light bodies since 2012, which is returning to a crystalline body state. And that is where your consciousness is much higher, and you're able to see things beyond duality and in oneness with the creator of all there is, or the source of creation. Yes, go ask power of the group, exactly. But see, if you go to the crystalline grid to send healing, then the power of that is magnified 1,000 times by the angelic realm, which is just amazing to think of. So it's just an amazingly powerful thing to do. And the time is right for lots of you now to kind of anchor into the grid, and it's holding a vortex of energy in the place where you are. So everybody, light worker, way shower, people ascending, people who are in all different levels of consciousness now are holding the energy where they're meant to be, and the mass awakening is well and truly underway. And so it's just, it's really important though to understand how to keep yourself safe when you're putting your consciousness out into the ethers, because it's really, there are potentials for nasty things to happen. So I want to go over a few of those things today. And the crystalline grid and the pyramids of light and all that, that's all, well, the pyramids are Archangel Michael's work through Rona Vesane, and that's also a really powerful thing to do. So a lot of you would be doing all sorts of things like that, but at the very least, sending love and light from your heart space, anchoring in the angelic realm to do that, to help you do that. But just knowing that you need to be grounded and where to connect and that kind of thing is really important. It's super important to me that I teach correctly. So I am an advanced theta healing practitioner, but I'm actually not a theta healing teacher. But there's no patent on the unconditional love of the Creator. So I teach people always to ground and connect to the Creator's light, and I just do it in different ways and teach it in different ways so that people can kind of do it in the way that that suits them the best. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about, hi Tanya, I'm not talking about religion here. I'm talking about the 7 planes of existence and the difference between duality, which is what masters of light and angels and spirit guides and all the rest work in. Dark, light, good, evil, good, bad, all of that kind of thing. And oneness, where everything is encompassed in the light of creation. So the universe is built on unconditional love, which is creation, and so we're all part of that light. And when you send energy or do things in the energy of oneness rather than duality, the purity of the energy and the purity of the healing is much higher and better and much more reliable. The information that you'll get is much more reliable as well. So very important, I think, I know, because it's really the only protection that you'll get from trading or sacrificing energies. And I know I probably say every week that all other planes of existence work on a sacrifice or trading of energy. And that's why so many healers and practitioners, or even people who meditate, get drained, because you're kind of leaching energy out. We don't want to do that. No one should live in sacrifice. No one should have to sacrifice their health and well-being, their abundance, or anything to be close to God or loved by God, because we're all one with the Creator. So what is God? God is unconditional love, highest truth, and light. And that is it. Hi, Lisa. Great to see you back. So the energy of that is just bliss, and everything in the energy of the Creator then it just is. And so when we work from the fifth dimension, or one of ascension, and being one with the Creator, then we can just be, instead of having to do and all that. Sammy, how are you? Lovely to see you. How are you going with those 3 children in the house? I hope they're not driving you bonkers. Hope you're getting to meditate using your oils. Hi, Rob. Great to see you. So that's what I want to take you through today. Just a little connection, grounding and connection to the Creator. And then I want to talk about the symptoms of ascension, because I've got a little bit of that at the moment, and I'll talk about that later, and how we can ascertain whether we're actually really sick or whether we're just going through a shift of energy. And there are there's lots of shifting going on at the moment, so how we can cope with that as well. So don't forget to pop up your comments and things like that. And of course I've left my water behind, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to take you with me to get it. Really important to be hydrated when you're meditating, doing any energy healing or any kind of connection at all. And I'm a Young Living person, but some people are doTERRA or whatever, but I like to use oils for meditation and that kind of thing. So I rub them on my feet, and sometimes I use crystals, not a lot, but whatever works for you. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit also about why I'm saying how important it is to go to connect to the Creator first. Why can't you just connect to a spirit guide or an angel guide or a goddess or whatever? Because we're talking about vibrational frequency, and the higher the vibration, the more reliable it is and the purer it is. So very quickly, sorry if this is boring for people who know, but we do live in 7 planes of existence. Now I'm not talking about dimensions, because dimensions there's a lot of dimensions within each plane and a lot of levels within each dimension. So they're entirely hugely complex. And but if you can imagine just concentric circles, a circle within a circle, it's, like babushka dolls, same kind, kind of, yeah, like a circle within a circle within a circle, then that's what it is. And so, hi, my father, palliative care, and is expected to pass today. Please say a prayer for him. We might, when we do our meditation, we'll send him love. And what you can do also is send Archangel Michael, Jesus, Archangel Raphael to be with him, and to ensure that he is able to pass over peacefully, and goes to the light, and I always check. I'm so sorry too, Linda, but also to check afterwards that he has been released, his soul has been released, and that he's kind of on his way. And so yeah, but blessings to him, and also blessings to you, but also such a release for him as well. So now that we've said that, I've intended it, so it is, and those beings are now with him, and he would have his guides with him as well, and passed over family members waiting for him. So I'm really, really sorry to hear that. Look, there are lots of people leaving the planet, and one could say, who could blame them? I'm in for the fight and not ready to go, and my job is to help other people to awaken, and then they can help you guys can help other people to awaken, and we're not finished yet. Hi Rachel, late as usual. Yeah, well, you do have 4 kids in the house. You're allowed to be. So I digress, but it's so great to see people jumping on, and yeah, there's I was just reading something the other day, and I know that probably when you do have the funeral, he will be there. And I was at a funeral the other day, and the lady who passed away, she was younger than I am, 54, and I was late, so in Rachel's shoes, and I was just there listening, and all of a sudden I just got all this energy, and that was her there telling me, my son's handling that, telling me that she was all right. And so that was wonderful. You know, there's been a few times where I've seen the passed over person at the funeral or felt their energy, and they've actually come to say goodbye, and that's really hugely comforting to know that they're okay. And being a medium is really helpful to people, because you know, to be able to connect with the person who's passed over, and to let them know. It's far harder for the people left behind than it is for the person who passes over, because they go back into the unconditional love of the Creator. We're all one with the light. We're all spokes of the divine wheel, and we're going home, you know. And a lot of you might feel that you're not belonging here on earth, and that you do want to go home, and that is why. But we come to serve. But what I'm saying to you is that we don't have to sacrifice our energy to do that. And we are allowed to have money, and we are entitled to be happy and be free. And hi Holly, lovely to see you. So, you know, that's why we connect to the Creator, and we do it all in the energy of the Creator, and we make sure that our loved ones pass over back into the light of the Creator, so that they can go on with their onward soul journey and continue on with what they're intending to do. And I've heard it say that life begins after you die, and that we never remember that, but we're enlightened beings, we're light beings who are working towards enlightenment, and the journey here on earth kind of whacks us into gear pretty quickly, because it's so hard, you know, and that's how we learn. And if we can remember that, it makes it easier. And keeping connected then to our ethereal self, and to our guides, and to the light of the Creator is supremely important. Otherwise we feel like we're alone, and it's all too hard. And that's sad, but, you know, yeah, so that's why we have groups like this. And my new group, the Spiritual Journey with Taurus Angels, it's free to join. You just need to ask a couple of questions and I'll let you in. It's a private group. I do have a public group, Reaching Out with Victoria Cochrane, but it's all designed to help people to understand how to keep connected, and that you're not alone, and to kind of meet your spiritual family, and to kind of make things a bit easier. Okay, so archangels. So I was talking about the planes of existence. And there's the minerals and non-organic matter is the first plane. Crystals, so if you work with crystals, you're working with the first plane of existence. The second plane is plants, herbs, vitamins, the Deva kingdom, elementals. The third plane is earth, so it's animals, carbon, animals and carbon, human life. The fourth plane is the spirit world, and so that's where we go after we die. And there are lots of different dimensions and levels within the spirit world. And then the lower fifth plane is, we just don't go there because it's kind of like where the fallen go. The upper fifth plane is the angelic realm, and that's, yeah, absolutely, Rob, it does. Does it mean I'm in touch with my non-physical self or the archangels? If it's going right through your body, that's the archangels or a being trying to get in touch with you. That's fantastic, Rachel. Yeah. And I've never felt like I haven't belonged. But that's another discussion for another day. All right. So the archangel or the angelic kingdom or the upper fifth plane is where the masters, the angels, archangels reside, and there are lots of different levels of, there are like 7 different hierarchies of angels, or 9 or something. The angels' garden, the temples of light, and so it's a beautiful place to be. The 6th plane is the laws and the Akashic records of all our lifetimes, and the 7th plane is the creator, and the 7th plane encompasses all of the other planes. We live and work within all the planes all at the same time. We don't just kind of leave one and work with the other. You know, you're sitting here on earth with crystal and you're connecting to the angels, and so we're drinking water of the first plane. So we're living and working with it within them all at the same time. But all of the planes of existence, except for the 7th plane, have vows and commitments that equate to a trading or a sacrificing of energy. And we bring them in. We're either children of the masters or masters who have come in to serve the planet. And so even if we are masters or earth angels or whatever you like to call it, we're still learning lessons, and we're learning lessons so we can help others. But we come in from duality. We come in from the upper 5th plane or the 4th plane, where we know about good and bad, sacrificing energy, that we're not as good as God and that kind of thing. That is your connection, Jane, and it's also could be your guides and angels. So generally, that's beautiful, Trish. Thank you. So generally, if you get a warm, tingly feeling or bubbly sensation, that's an archangel or a master from the upper 5th plane letting you know that they're with you. But it can be a spirit, a passed over loved one too, letting you know. That can be a colder feeling, but you've got to trust how you feel about the sensations that you're getting. And what you're getting is clairsentience. So if you're getting all that bubbly and you can feel that, or you just kind of, you know, have some kind of sensation, but feeling is also just trusting your gut, or just knowing that something's not right or something is right. That's all clairsentience, and that is the psychic clair. And so well done if you're tapping into those kinds of things. So what was I saying? Now I've kind of digressed a bit. Yeah, we come from the duality, and we come from thinking that we need to sacrifice our energy, and so we carry a lot of people carry self-sacrificing beliefs and commitments that we're here to serve but to be poor. So if you never have any money, or you just can't seem to hang on to it, you might have a vow and commitment that you need to sacrifice your energy, and money is energy, to be close to God. And so we need to do some energy work on your belief system. And I can do that for you in a private session. Would love to work with people. And or if you never have, if you're always just being kind of treated like a doormat, or not taken seriously or listened to, you might have a vow and commitment that you need to give away your power to be close to God or loved by God. There are lots of things like that. And then the fourth plane ones, the shaman, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You know, I have to give up my senses to be close to God. And I do know someone who lost one of her senses when she was tuned to Reiki, and that was just the energy that was being worked with, and that should not happen. Okay, so that is why it's great to work in these planes, but we just need to connect to the Creator first, bring the light in, know that we're in the seventh plane, and then we can do whatever we like and work with angels and whatever. So briefly, yes, there are divas and elementals and fairies, but they come from the second plane, and their vow and commitment is that I do something for you, and you need to do something for me. But if you don't, I'll nick it. And so if you've lost crystals and things, if you've asked the fairies to look after your garden or to do something for you and you haven't given them anything in return, you'll have keys or crystals or something go missing. Oh, Sam, I miss you too. I miss you, Sammy. Yeah, let's come back and have another sesh. Yeah, but I've actually had crystals laid in my path from elementals to thank me for the work that I've done. So they honour that as well. So that's just a brief description. But they're nature. They look after nature, and if things aren't in balance, then they'll put things back in balance the way they know how. And so if you look at fairy cards, okay, and then you look at angel cards and you read them, the difference in vibration is phenomenal, you know, and I won't use fairy cards because of that, you know, that they have a much lower vibration and a bit darker. Sometimes, you know, like they have their place. Like if you connect to the Creator and then use them, then you'll get a different meaning out of them, I would say. But yeah, you try that. Like it really makes a difference. So you can probably tell, like if you go to a reader who's working from the fourth or the upper fifth plane without having connected to the unconditional love of the Creator, they'll either not charge enough if they're working in, hi Des, great to see you, if they're working in the, if they're working as an earth angel or with angels, then they might not charge enough or not feel that they're worthy. If they're working with the fourth plane, goosebumps, I'll come back to you in a sec, Cheryl. If you're working from the fourth plane, then the spirit guides and spirits can just kind of, and the masters can too, just tell you that you're better than anybody else, and that and put you into ego, and then you'll charge too much and it'll all be all about you. And so, you know, the energy that we work in is super important. Thanks, Cheryl. It's so great to be connecting with new people. I'll give them my details at the end, and I hope to see a few more of you on my own page. But I'm on here every Wednesday. Goosebumps are generally more affirmation. So if I'm saying something to a client and they say, oh, I'm just getting all goosebumps, then that to me is confirmation or affirmation that what I'm saying is correct. So I was like, I really like your goosebumps because it's telling me that's right. It could be a passed out a loved one. It's more likely to be spirit world connecting to you. Let me just check, Cheryl, and see. You definitely have an archangel with you. There's a master and then an archangel. Archangel Uriel and Lord Melchizedek, perhaps. So your goosebumps are angelic. Yeah. And generally, once you acknowledge, when you're getting all this energy, And look, it comes at the most inopportune times. You know, to close your eyes and connect is sometimes when you've got all these people around you, it's kind of a bit tricky. Sometimes I dash into the toilet to do it or something like that. Once you acknowledge that they're there, if you can't actually listen to what they want to say to you at the time, then you can just say, look, thank you so much for being with me. I acknowledge your presence, and can I connect with you later because it's just not a good time. And then you'll feel it all just back off. Yeah, so acknowledgement is the key, and then tuning in later. If you get it all and you don't really know what to do, you know, you can connect to me or someone else who has that ability. But, you know, try and tune in yourself first. Well, Cheryl, this is the place for you. And jump onto my, ask to connect to my page, and I'll give the details out at the end. So it's great that we can all connect together. And perhaps they've got a message for you there. Right, so let's connect to the Creator. I also just, I think we'll just do that now. And I will also pull a card for everybody. So, Jessica, I reckon the message that I have for you would be for everybody. There's lots of shifts of energy happening, and I want to talk about the ascension and the symptoms of ascension, but I just want to teach everybody how to connect to the Creator. So can we do that? Because it's very, very important to connect to the unconditional love of the Creator. It's nothing to do with religion, not to do with religion at all. It's just about connecting to the highest source of energy, which is oneness. And when we're operating in oneness, and look, it's a work in progress, you know, we're working in and out of it all the time, but when we're being aware of it, when we're consciously meditating, when we're connecting, when we're walking around knowing that our guides are with us and feeling that we're supported, then we're a lot more likely to be able to stay above all the drama and the lower energies that are in the world at the moment. Really? Wow. So if I start tuning in, I will tune in quickly, but if I start doing that, then other people will ask, and then I won't get done what I need to do. You're having a big shift. I don't know whether you did the meditation the other day or it's some kind of spiritual anniversary for you. It's like your day of awakening. I would meditate, connect to Creator now, and just stay in the energy a bit longer and see if you can just get a message, Jessica, about that. Yeah. All right. So, to connect to the Creator, all you need to do is hold the intention that you're in the unconditional love of the Creator. When you say unconditional love, remember that the Creator's the seventh plane, the Creator, or the plane of all that is unconditional. It's the only plane of existence that doesn't have any vows and commitments. So you're not going to be attracting any negative energy. You're going to be super protected. Awesome. I will talk about that in a minute, Sammy. So with intent it is. So just hold the intention that you're working in the unconditional love of the Creator. So hold the intention of an unconditional love card reading for yourself or the person. Hold the intention of an unconditional love meditation. If you do that, you'll always be in the light. Okay? We are aware of it where you utilize that. You're welcome. So a lot of people just bring white light around them, or even just like imagine and just bring the white light around them and bring it from your crown and just bring it around and just see, feel or imagine it. Remember, with intent it is. Okay. If you can't do that, or if you have trouble, get in the shower and just imagine the water is, you'd be wet a lot if you had to do that every time, but you know, at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, bring the water around you and bring the and use it as light. Put the light into the shower, and then you'll be super connected, because water is extremely grounding. If you feel really ungrounded, go and walk in some water, sit in a bath, have a foot spa, walk on the dew, on the grass in the morning, anything where you can feel really present and mindful in the moment. If you still have trouble, you can ask Archangel Michael or your guide, if you know who that is, to connect you to the unconditional light of the Creator. But I'm just going to give you a short meditation before we go on to talk about the shifts with Ascension, which have been happening for a long time, but are now happening super quick because we don't have any more time, really. It's really important to ground first. And if you didn't ground the other day, or ground yourself back after the group meditation, you might be feeling a bit spacey or a bit disconnected. Sometimes you can bring back wayward spirits or something that's kind of attached to you. So it's really important to stay grounded, even though our mind's out here. Awesome. That's lovely, Cheryl. So the way I do that, I mean, you can do it lots of different ways, but if you find it difficult to see or imagine the light going down, use your hands and actually just bring it down and then bring it up, and just actually use the actions to help you. Okay, so close your eyes. Take a few breaths in and out, and just relax your shoulders. And centering your energy in your heart space. And then just bring your focus to your crown and imagine a beautiful ball of light sitting above your head. And take a breath in, and then breathe out, and then push that light all the way down your chakras, down through your legs and down through your feet, and ground it into Mother Earth as two beautiful beams of light. And take another breath, of course, and just keep breathing down and just pushing your energy down into the chair, down into the earth, and really feeling heavy and grounded that way. And then imagine little light roots coming out and just anchoring you into the earth, keeping you safe. Then take a breath in and just bring the light in through a series of breaths, back up through your legs and up through your chakra line until it's back on the top of your head. If you don't see it or feel it, just visualize it, or just know it's there. Hold the intention. So now, see, feel or imagine looking down onto your crown, and I actually see the violet and the beautiful sacred geometry of the crown chakra. And just with a clockwise motion, open your chakra up, and clockwise is putting positive energy in as well. And then bring your hands up to connect to Creator's light, and bring him gently down, him, her, Mother, Father, God, down through. And as your hands go around your aura, so the light comes into your crown as well. And breathe the love light of Creator, which is pearlescent blue, sparkly pearlescent blue, white light, down around you and into your being. And now you're in the unconditional love of the Creator. There are no people. So if you see people or shapes or anything, just hold the intention that your energy is merging with the unconditional love of the seventh plane, and feel yourself go higher and connect into that beautiful white light. Then hold the energy that you're merging out into oneness with the Creator until there's no separation. Use the breath to do that, use your hands to do that, and feel the energy change. Clockwise is always positive, anti-clockwise is taking negative energy out, clockwise is always putting positive in. So clockwise is opening, anti-clockwise is closing. I'm in the southern hemisphere, so it might be the other way in the northern hemisphere, but that's the way that I see it. And chakras are always going positively anyway. So, okay, so you're merging into the unconditional love and light of the Creator. Sorry about the beeps. Stopped my dishwasher. If you're not sure that your energy is merging and becoming one, just say, I hold the intention of being one with the energy of the Creator of all that is. I'm safe, protected, and one with the Creator. So you stay in this energy now while we ask. We'll bring in the 4 archangels of direction just to keep us super safe, and just holding the energy while they come in, Michael, Uriel, Raphael and Gabriel. And I bring them in when I'm working with people to hold the energy, to clear the energy after each client, to clear the energy from me and the clients or the people in the room. And it's just kind of extra protection. And just holding the energy now and just asking for, holding the intention for an unconditional love, balance and alignment and clearing, and just feel that beautiful light washing through you, and hold that energy there. So if you've never been in it before, it can make you a bit dizzy, so we don't stay in there too long. But you can then just kind of ground yourself back into your body while you're still connected. So we're still connected to the Creator now. So now it's as simple as that. But there are lots of different ways to do it. And as long as you are just asking that, or holding the intention that you are connected and one with the Creator, you will be. Okay, so Ascension's been happening for a long time, and well, even before 2012. Hi, beautiful Perla, how are you? Or is it Aura? Is Aura your first name or Perla? You let me know, because sometimes they're back to front. So Sammy just said it before, that she has headaches, bloating, she's exhausted and wanting to sleep all the time. I would get your thyroid checked, but at the same time, if you have been doing a lot of meditation or kind of working on your spiritual connection, then you will be bringing higher light in. And basically, Ascension is bringing more light into our chakras, connecting more to higher energies so that we can have a higher consciousness and bring ourselves to believe that we are one with the Creator and that we are powerful light beings and not just stuck in a human body and stuck with, a pretty hard life on earth. And so the more light we can bring in and the more we can be connected to this light, the easier it will be to do all that. But we have 4 bodies. We have a physical body, then we have an emotional body. So if I'm tuning into someone and I see a red colour, then I'll be asking them if they've got pain somewhere, because that's physical body. If I'm seeing yellow, then that's emotional body. Okay. If I'm seeing blue, then that's mental body. If I'm seeing lime green, I'm seeing mental and emotional body together. And then the spiritual body can be anything from white, clear to violet. And then we have the aura around all of that. So all of the bodies, except for the physical body, are of light. But the physical body is really dense, made of blood and bone and all of that. And so when we bring extra light into our etheric bodies, the physical body doesn't know what the heck's going on. And we get symptoms of ascension. And it can be nausea, headaches, feeling dizzy, spacey, achy, all of that kind of thing. And it can be really like flu-like symptoms. And at this time in our lives with COVID-19 and everything, it's a bit of a worry. So I have developed a bit of a head cold. I don't have a temperature, I don't have a cough, I've just got a bit of a runny nose. That's about it. But I know that that's a clearing. But to actually tell people that you have a cold, they kind of treat you like you're a leper. Everyone's a bit jumpy, aren't they? But I know that the work that I've been doing and everything is just helping me to assimilate more energy that's coming in. And to clear, we need to actually release toxins from our body and to actually shift negative thought patterns and all that kind of thing. And to do that, sometimes we develop physical symptoms. So in 2013, I do just want to do a bit of a shameless plug, because I'm nearly finished, hallelujah, my 4th book. It's taken me ages. But I do have 3 books on the market. I've self-published them all, so they're not very well known. But they do talk about ascension and the light body and all that kind of thing. And I sell them on my website, or you can get them online through online booksellers, and they are available as ebooks as well. This one's more about other planets and beings from other planets and how they live in oneness. I've got lots of gold, purple, red and blue orbs during that, and eyes. Do you know, I see a lot of eyes meditating. Sammy, you've always seen eyes. Quite often, Sammy was here and she was seeing horse-like eyes. Perhaps you're connecting into the grid, or you're connecting into the human collective consciousness, or some kind of... I went to the planet Sirius once and I saw a mass meditation for the Earth there. So whether you're connecting to that, I don't know. Thank you. I've also got, thank you, Annie. I've also got this out with Gary Martin, which is Light Source Meditations. But we've got some new ones now online, and I'll put all the links up after. But if you go on to any of my pages, you can see the links there. Gary's amazing. His site is Solfeggio, sound healing, and he makes solfeggio chimes. And so the other day on Sunday I used his 444 chime while I was doing the meditation. Just amazing vibration. And he captures light spectrums, and they're really good for meditating if you have trouble with meditation. So that's my shameless plug. But if you would like me to send them to you, I have limited copies and I can sign them for you, not a problem. And I do have book packs that I can kind of lower the price with, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. I just want to read chapter 8, Bringing in the Light Body. And very quickly, the masters say that that the human form does not just consist of a physical body, as I just said. The physical human body merely reflects what the other bodies of the person are holding. If the emotional body is ill, a symptom will occur in the physical body. If the mental body cannot rest, the physical body will respond with a physical response, like maybe insomnia or something like that. If the person's spiritual body has not come to terms with the past or has lost its connection to the all, the physical symptoms that occur will have no apparent source. As your energy fields begin to accept and accommodate the higher energies of the fifth dimension, your physical body will become more susceptible to environmental factors that are not in sync with the rhythms of your etheric state. And that might be artificial colorings, processed foods, chemicals. $10 each. This one is 14, but I'll put all three together for 30. And then this one is 15. So what did I do last time? I think I did a pack for 40. And then it's $8 postage, so 48, and it's about $60 worth. So I'm still happy to do that because I just want people to read the lovely messages and to share them. So if you would like it, please just I'll contact you after and get your address and everything. Anyway, thank you, Cheryl. And thank you, Sammy. Sammy's got them. Okay, I digress. I'm so sorry. As your energy fields begin to accept and accommodate the higher energies of the fifth dimension, your physical body will become more susceptible to environmental factors, as I said. Cry out to release all traumas that have gone before. So if you're finding that the past is coming back to bite you now, that things are coming up that you thought you'd released, if people are coming back into your life that you'd rather not see, all of that's now being resolved. So we're resolving our karmic debt, we're releasing past traumas, we're just letting go of everything that doesn't serve us so we can step into this ascended state. As I said, it's still a work in progress. Once you ascend, it doesn't mean you're always there, but it's that higher awareness that we always have. And so it needs releasing, and sometimes it's easy to release, sometimes it's harder. That's the kind of work I do, but there are lots of people in this forum that do that. So just work with, go with the person that you resonate with the most, but I'd be happy to hear from anyone who would like to do some work with me on that. Because no lower energies or negative memories can remain in an enlightened being, your physical symptoms may increase dramatically, forcing you to look within to uncover the cause and source of your discomfort. Ask us for assistance in this endeavour, and you will be guided to the best way or person to help you to release all that no longer serves you, so that you can make the transition to your light body more easily. The light body cannot tolerate vibrations of hatred, anger, intolerance, injustice, racism, or inequality. On the etheric planes, we know each other as equals, and we treat each other with reverence and love. As you bring in your light body, you will notice that the dramas played out by those whose vibrations are of a lower order will be incomprehensible to you and no longer of any consequence. You will also notice that the wonders of nature and the universe are becoming much more important to you, and preserving Mother Earth and all who dwell upon her will be your main desire. One cannot live upon a planet so bountiful without becoming increasingly aware of the precious nature of her cargo. The gift of life cannot be downplayed or ignored. When you are in your light body, or as you are bringing in the higher energies towards this quest, your higher purpose for being on Earth will become clear to you, and your connection to Mother Earth, to Creator and the All, will be eternally strengthened. Most of you will know what it is to dwell in peace and harmony, and you will become a way shower for others. This is the way of enlightenment and the only way to truly achieve peace on Earth. Blessings and light to you, dear ones. And so it's really, really important now to be thinking about how we can do that. And you know, there are other things that we can do. There are some oils that Young Living put out that are safe to ingest, and so I use some in my water, particularly with my cold. I've found that they've really helped. Crystals can help. There are other things. I've got, I don't know if anyone knows about the Renew Redox molecules. I use those. They're really great. Whatever works for you. Supplements, anything. Thank you, Cheryl. The words of the masters are wonderful, and that came in first for me. I just love their messages, but so many other people are bringing in beautiful messages too. Get on to Natalie Glasson in the UK, the most amazing channel. Also Ronna V. Zane or Herman on StarQuest. She puts out a monthly message by Archangel Michael. It's a little bit complicated to read, but if you're a little bit more advanced, some really good messages there. So there are lots of great people out there bringing in beautiful messages now. So my idea was just to bring in the master or archangel. Archangels are masters. So bring in the master who's going to be working with us and overlighting a beautiful meditation just to help to balance out all our energies and help us to remove toxins and physical illness from the body. And I haven't written it. I'm just going to channel it and then I'll write it down later. Yes. Ooh. Well, I can put that in for next week, but forgiveness and setting boundaries with those we love. But yeah, so many people have that problem, Hayley. Okay, forgiveness is so important for us to bring in because it doesn't set the other person free so much as it sets us free. If we're holding on to vengeance or hatred or any kind of guilt or grudge, we will have physical symptom. And I did have one. I was holding on to something last year, and it took me a year. I knew I had it, but sometimes we feel better if we are holding on to it. But I was holding it in my hip, and actually a beautiful friend who worked with me for a little while but is incredibly gifted herself found it and lifted it from me, and I felt so much better after. But I had to be in the right frame of mind. I had to be ready to forgive that person. And so, you know, it just goes to show we're all human and we can be on this spiritual journey and a teacher for others, but still just kind of hold on to lower things sometimes. So, yes, it's really important to forgive. But, you know, when you have people who don't understand and who drain your energy and who are really uncomfortable to be around, you do have to set boundaries. And quite often, unfortunately, it's your family. And so sometimes you have to see them, but you just have to really protect your energy first. Connect to the Creator, wear crystals, really white light yourself, and break your energy. Zip up your aura before you go in, and then break your energy after you go out. Zip yourself up and connect and wash yourself off and do everything you can to actually break your ties with those people every time you see them. It's very important. If possible, just don't see them. And it's hard to say, but see, this is what I mean by vibrational frequencies and dimensions of consciousness. So and the lower your frequency, like attracts like, so that's where illness can come in and imbalance can come in. So if I get really upset and I get myself all worked up about something, you can bet your boots I'll have a cold a few days later, because I've put myself out of balance, and then those lower frequencies can just come in. So people are more likely to get viruses and things and to get illness when they're being attacked or have psychic hooks on them or are feeling unsupported or disconnected etherically or by their family and loved ones. And so, yes, Jane, I'll contact you after. So You must set your boundaries, and you must also forgive yourself for doing that, because there, you know, what I was talking to you about before, of sacrificing energy. Some people are energy vampires too, and they'll just drain your energy, steal your light, or they'll be insecure and they'll just put you down at every turn because it makes them feel better. And, you know, it's really hard to keep at a higher vibrational frequency when that's happening all the time. So I hope that helps. But that, you know, Hayley, thank you for asking that question, because there'd be a lot of people in that situation. Okay, let's just do another meditation, but I have the Goddess cards out, and I'm just thinking that we all need a bit of empowerment. So let's pull out the Goddess cards for the collective, just to give us some positive messages about feeling empowered to draw in those boundaries, to let go of things from the past or people from the past who are dragging us down, to actually help us to bring in a brighter future and to feel in that space to be able to do that. So I'm asking for an unconditional love card reading for the collective today, for our highest and best and in the highest and best way. Always important to ask that. The first one, Sekhmet. Beautiful. Okay, guys, this is for all of you. Cheryl, for you. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. I just love that image, and just look at that beautiful purple. I wear purple for a reason. Violet flame of transmutation is the highest healing colour. And gold is that connection to your higher self and to the higher energies of the masters and of creation. So that is really, really important for all of you to know that. The next one is Guinevere. So if you are lonely like Cheryl and others, true love, open your heart to the universe and ask the universe to help you to find the love of your life and to bring your true love to you. We have to ask. We have to give permission. We don't, and we also have to believe that we're not stuck in this reality. Every thought creates our own reality. We need to really open our minds up and just believe that we can embrace change and also make change in our lives. And here we are, Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Such an important thing for everyone to know. You need to love yourself so that others can love you, because if you don't love yourself, then you're giving permission for others not to. So remember, like attracts like. So love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So there's our three beautiful cards. Okay, I'm calling in the master who's going to work with us now. So then this is something that we can work on now, Cheryl, is to bring in that unconditional love and forgiveness, and to start to let go of what no longer serves us. And when we do that, emotionally and mentally and spiritually, that will start to release the physical. Okay? All right, so we're grounded. Just feel yourself grounded again, back in that space, knowing that you are already connected to the unconditional love of the Creator, seeing, feeling, knowing that you're in the beautiful love, beautiful light and love of the source of creation. And then calling in the Master of Light, who's to work with the collective today to help to bring in forgiveness and for us to release mental, emotional and spiritual trauma so that we can release physical imbalances in our bodies, and also to help us to energies of ascension that have come in for us so far in the highest and best way for our highest and best. You need to be very specific with the way you ask it. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. So then I'm just bringing my attention to see the Master who has come to work with us. If you're not sure, you can state your name and purpose. It is who I expected, Archangel Metatron. So I give thanks. I'm always very reverent. Thank you, Metatron, for being with us today and for facilitating this healing for our highest and best. And I'm already seeing the colour purple coming through my crown, so that if it's coming through for me, it's coming through for everybody. I'm holding the energy for everyone and witnessing for you, but if you can see it, that's awesome. Coming through our crown. So the violet flame is now coming through the crown and transmuting negative energies to love and bringing your chakras to balance, into balance and alignment. Just down to the base chakra at the moment. Seems to be wider at the top, so opening the crown. Golden specks of light coming in, the adamantine particles of creation. Breathe them into your being. A beautiful golden energy in her heart spaces. It's the higher knowing of love. And then anchoring that down, so it's coming down from the shoulders and it's just coming, funneling down into our lower chakras, which are our earth chakras that trap all our insecurities and lower energies. So now healing our lower chakras, sacral, solar plexus and base, not in that order. And then grounding us into Mother Earth. Now the violet flame is coming up from the earth all around you, coming back through your chakras again, but coming out into your emotional, mental and spiritual bodies. So whatever you're holding now, any grudges, any anxiety, any worries, any anger, anything that's toxic to your health and well-being, release it now. Breathe it out, let it go, send it out as light. Physically pick it up and dump it in, whatever you can do, just to let go. I release and let go. I forgive myself and others. I allow this healing to bring me into a higher consciousness. I am love. I am loved. I am light. I send light. I give light. I receive the light. And now the beauty around you as the violet flame recedes. Now Metatron has a silver light, which is now coming through our chakra, collective chakras. And I'm asking him what that's about. Blessings of the universe. Connection to the all. Empowerment. Empowerment to receive the love of the universe, but to also create in the unconditional love of the universe. And I just see it sparkling through. And Archangel Metatron above just holding you in the sphere of the light. So we hold the intention now that all bodies, all four bodies and your energy fields are brought into the highest level of the highest dimension that is right for you, and that your chakras be activated to a higher dimension of light in accordance with your energies at the time. So this will be for everyone's highest and best, and at the level that's right for you. So the first thing is that all of your bodies and energy fields are now being connected and brought into the one dimension, and because we can be scattered over different dimensions, so it's very grounding for that to happen. And then your chakras will receive higher light if that's appropriate for you, or the light that's already gone in up to this to your cells and balanced out, so that you won't be feeling so physically out of balance due to the higher energies coming in. And just watching that happen, it's kind of a bit zigzaggy. Light shining up, light shining down, so putting people in a beautiful diamond of light. Some people are being connected. Some people's light body's already in, so if you feel yourself on a vortex of light, you're on the crystalline grid. Other people are in the diamond, preparing you for that. If the energy feels strong, ask for it to be backed off a little bit so that it's not so trippy. An expansion of our heart chakras and healing coming into your hands. Some kind of connection there. And just asking for lessons that we've learnt to be integrated now, for karmic ties that no longer serve us to be resolved, cut and released into the light, for contracts of learning that no longer serve us to be released, for the lessons to be integrated, and all other energies to be released, including beings of light holding us to those contracts up to Creator's light, cutting ties to people and events that are draining our energy, releasing any wayward spirits or negative energies from our bodies and cells and organs. And bringing us further towards oneness and connection to the all, peace, tolerance and unity, for our highest and best and in the highest and best way. And so it is. So if you did experience anything, I'm just kind of, you can remain in that meditative state. and it's just safe to come back to your body knowing that you're still connected to the Creator. The integration will still be happening, and just holding the intention that Archangel Metatron continue witnessing this healing for everyone until it's done, and that it all be integrated into the cells. And it can take up to 2 weeks for that to happen. So if you didn't feel anything now, drink lots of water, and by tomorrow you should be feeling a little bit different, but some people feel it straight away. And just asking that you'll be grounded and your auras be sealed and protected, and that your chakras be closed down just enough so that you're not absorbing too much energy or giving out too much energy. Yeah, so I'm hoping that was relaxing and healing for you all. And oh my goodness, it's way past when I should have finished. Better go have some lunch. So I'm Victoria Cochrane. My website is victoriacochrane.com. I can be contacted through there. I can be contacted at Reaching Out Spiritual News with Victoria Cochrane on the Facebook page. Thanks, Janelle. Great, keep putting up your comments. And then you can also ask to join my private group, The Spiritual Journey with Taurus Angels. And then I'll be online through the week in there. So I'm only on here once a week. But now with my other platform, I pop on a bit more often, and it's a lot more interactive, and it's proving to be a really good way of people connecting with other like-minded people. So would love to see you on there. And if you would like to receive a book pack in the mail, $60 worth for a book and DVD pack for $40 plus $8 postage, please just say so here and I'll send you a message, or you can inbox me on my Reaching Out Spiritual News page. Okay guys, so stay grounded, stay connected, and stay in the light. And also, before I go, if you haven't received my newsletter, Reaching Out Spiritual News, that's also, the link to that is available on my website or on my Reaching Out Spiritual News Facebook page. And I'll put that out every month. Okay, lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for all your beautiful comments and interactions today. And I will see you all next week. Bye for now.